Where am I? Have I been here before?
Deja vu. I have been in this place before.
I don't remember this being here before.
See, this is why I need more interesting things to happen in my life. I always just get stuck talking about the same things, or just like subjects I'm sure no one gives a shit about. And I just make myself more depressed by talking about the, like, all the negative things that have just happened now. We're definitely getting through this a lot faster than last time. But makes sense though now that I have a solid idea on what I need to do. I need to start playing more Master Duels. If I get this new job that I want, I'll be working like 9 to 5 and stuff like that. Like Monday through Friday. And my best friend Sammy's been real excited for it because he wants to start taking me to like Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments and stuff again. We were talking about it just the other day, but I was asking him like what's even good in the like current Yu-Gi-Oh format. And so he basically told me like depends on what you want to play. Me personally, I love swarm decks. Those have always been like my favorite kind of decks. So kind of like Gem Knights and Light Sworn have always been like two of my favorite decks to play. But I also like fusions. I've never been really too crazy for synchro summons or XYZ monsters. I've always just found fusions to be a lot more enjoyable. So he was telling me about I could play Branded, which I guess is like, he said it was like a tier 1 deck or something, and that Branded actually recently just won like the like a couple of Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments a while ago. I also just haven't really kept up with the format much either. Just because I haven't really had a lot of, like, money and stuff to really splurge on just, like, card games and stuff anymore. Because I'm more of a Magic guy, but I haven't even bought any of those cards in a while. Just because I know they had, like, the ridiculous anniversary stuff, which was, like, a fucking $1,000. And then just everything else, I just haven't really been too interested in terms of, like, Magic stuff. Although I do know they have a couple of, like, Lord of the Rings stuff out for Magic right now. But again, it kind of has some more ridiculous shit where you can get a card called the One Ring, which, you know, is obviously a reference to Lord of the Rings. And there's only one of that card in existence, basically. So that card is essentially going to be like the golden ticket. And I fucking hate when they do stuff like that. It's bad enough I already think it's ridiculous to get cards like a Black Lotus or like a Gaia's Cradle with how limited and expensive they are. Unless you, obviously, like, you do proxies. Which I think is how most people were doing them at the time, was just, like, just proxies and shit. I remember a while ago, though, I think Magic, or Wizards of the Coast was having some sort of issue with proxies. Where, like, they were either mad at people for using proxies, or, I think they created their own Black Lotus proxy, I think is what it was. And people were pissed off about that.
Daddy? Help me. Daddy? Where are you?
Cheryl!
You know, I'm not stupid, man. How are those phones working? I don't see them attached to any sort of line. I know I'm not that old, where I had to deal with a phone like that, but... You know, I know those things at least had a wire so were connected to the walls. I don't think I've ever actually lived in a place that had wall-mounted phones like that, or had any sort of phone like that. because, like, I was born in 1998, so I'm not, like, insanely old or anything like that. I know my Nana and Papa used to have a computer that still had, like, Windows 98 on it. And then it wasn't a working one, but I'm pretty sure my papa had one of those, like, fat computers from back in the day. Looked like one of the terminals straight out of, like, Fallout, where you would load it up and it would have all the, like, DOS and, like, green text on it. Because my fucking old man, may he rest in peace, had a serious, like, hoarding problem. You know, I imagine 20 years from now, my kid will probably think the same thing about me. She'll just be like, damn, I think my dad has a hoarding problem. Why the fuck does this dude just have, like 20 bags worth of just these stupid cardboard cards with creatures on them? Doesn't he know we play Yu-Gi-Oh! With NFTs now? God, could you fucking imagine? I banish you to the blockchain, Kaiba. You'll never destroy my minted blue eyes white dragon, Yugi. Bro, Kaiba was such a bitch. Man was like a simp for Blue Eyes White Dragon. Dude had an entire, like, fighter jet, basically, just designed off of Blue Eyes White Dragon. I think they said, like, Kaiba's net worth in the show was, like, 83, like, trillion dollars or something. And it makes you think, did he get all that money just strictly off of, like, fucking Duel Monsters, just Yu-Gi-Oh? You know what I'm sad never picked up more? Fucking Dungeon Dice Monsters. Such a shame that that didn't blow up. I think if I remember correctly, my buddy told me that there was actually like a Game Boy Advance version of like Dungeon Dice Monsters. I can't remember if he said if it was shit or if it was actually really good. That guy like fucking knows everything there is to know about like Yu-Gi-Oh! I swear every other like couple of months he's always telling me about like some sort of Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament that like he clapped cheeks in and won. Dude's like one of the best fucking card players that I've ever known. Which I guess isn't very hard. It's not like I'm actively going out and meeting a lot of people. I feel like I keep regressing more and more as a streamer. I used to be really good about the whole, like, storytelling, coming up with conversations and shit on the fly. But I feel like I'm not nearly as good as it, or at it, as I used to be. I feel like I always just end up sounding like a broken record, and just like harping back on like conversations that like I've had before. The tagged classroom key found in the oh, there was an option to look actually. Alright, so it's for the second floor. Probably the side I just went to that was locked up. But, you know what? I'm trying my best, damn it. I guess the only thing of interest that I really have to talk about is the whole, like, WWE getting purchased out by the same network that has UFC on it. I don't really know how I feel about that. A lot of people seem to feel very uneasy about it. Like, truthfully, I don't think WWE being bought by UFC is a bad thing. I think that could make for some very, like, interesting crossovers. Granted, I'm not really much of, like, a UFC enjoyer or watcher like that. But could you just imagine, like, Conor McGregor showing up on WWE and just, like, beating the shit out of somebody? I just think the potential for, like, really cool crossovers and stuff is there. I don't know how business will be handled moving forward. I know a lot of people are very concerned with, like, Vince McMahon coming back and stuff like that, which definitely is very reasonable. I feel like Vince should be nowhere near the WWE, especially with a lot of the allegations that he had of, like, sexual harassment, assault, and stuff like that. How everything was kind of hush-hush and just handled outside of court. Like, pretty much everything that gets handled with Vince McMahon. Just leaves a very sour taste in my mouth. I've got a hangnail that's kind of annoying me. There we go, then I spend nearly as much time on this one. I think last time I stuck there for like 5 minutes. Alright, so now that I know how to take this boss down, it's not opening its mouth. Okay, I guess the shotgun reloads itself. I feel like even without it opening its mouth, that took like the same amount of shots as last time. It's a ghost.
What was that?
That was a spooky
Who in
ghost.
the hell was that?
I honestly forgot what the good ending in this game is. I feel like I've seen a video on like what the different endings were before. Because I'm pretty sure either way, like, Harry's daughter still dies. I think it's more or less of just like a matter of like all the people along the way that you save. Also, sorry about that sound. My phone is on the verge of like dying. The only thing I really hate about the Midwich School section is just like it is a fairly decent sized section, and there's only like 1 or 2 save points spread throughout it. Oh, so it wants me to go all the way back to that church now. But stream probably won't be too long tonight. I haven't really streamed in 2 days, which has been my fault. I have no one but to blame but myself there for that. So I'm just trying to get myself back into the groove of things. Oh, actually, I didn't even have to go all the way back here. Yeah, because I have the K. Gordon key. But yeah, I haven't really streamed in a bit, so gotta get back into the groove of it. And I also just have a hard time streaming games again that, like, I've already beaten. I just haven't really had a lot of drive to keep streaming recently. Because even though I'm like super close to the affiliates, and I am like extremely excited to get it, I just don't really know where to take the channel from there. Like, part of me feels like after I get the affiliates and stuff like that, I'll just have really no incentive to just keep going, or just like no goals to really work towards, other than just like follower goals and stuff like that. And like, I don't really care about follower goals, if I'm being honest. Like, I don't mind having a small community. I think it's a lot easier to manage a smaller community. There's a lot less drama involved. And a smaller community means that I can be, like, more social and interact with, like, the cool people that do show up to streams and the people that want to, like, communicate in the streams and stuff. But yeah, I just feel like if I do reach affiliates, I'm just gonna lose all incentive to really, like, continue to keep going. I know it's not like Resident Evil where they'll have stuff like hidden within like a dresser or something, but I still check like almost every time. Just in case.
Welcome.
Hey, thank you for the follow, Konami. Sorry about that, I was just waiting for the actual notification to pop up so I can say your name. Oop, I keep pressing the wrong thing every time. I always feel like it should be the select button, that's the map. I think it was just like eating trash. Alright, so I think it's on this side. Yeah, it's on this side somewhere. I think I mentioned this before, but if you hold the run button in one direction, I'm pretty sure Harry will actually, like, pick up speed. Doesn't work so well on my controller because my analog has a little bit of drift to it.
Were you ringing that bell?
I've been expecting you. It was foretold by gyromancy.
What are you talking about?
I knew you'd come.
I don't think I've ever looked up what gyromancy
want
was
the
after the
girl,
first
right?
playthrough.
The girl? You're talking about Cheryl.
I see everything.
You know something. Tell me.
Stay back. Nothing is to be gained from floundering about at random. You must follow the path. The path of the hermit concealed by Flauros.
What? What are you talking about?
Oh, Konami, I think you were actually in here last
Here,
time.
the Flauros, a cage of peace. It can break through the walls of darkness and counteract the wrath of the underworld. These will help you.
I remember a comment very similar to
Make
that.
haste to the hospital before it's too late.
Wait! Don't go yet.